Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash. This is Matazah coming at you with another lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are pushing this word with 100% truth and accuracy. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there. To you all, I'd like to say shalom. A little late night lesson. Yeah. The world's getting rotten, and it's a lot of how did I put? There's a lot of trickery going on, but at the same time, a lot of setup for the coming in, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is putting all the chess pieces in place. And recently, a lot is happening, and what I'm going to show you today is just a small tip of the iceberg. Before I begin the videos, I'd say fair use, fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only, not for monetary purposes, but for educational purposes only. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. We continue to follow this breaking news at this hour out of West Bloomfield, Michigan. This is about 40 minutes northwest of Detroit, where police were called to Temple, Israel, just before 1 o'clock Eastern time. According to its website, this is the largest Reformed synagogue in the United States. And according to the Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard, at least one person came, security saw him and engaged in gunfire. They're trying to get video of what happened, and they're trying to figure out if more than one suspect is involved. The sheriff said no one at the moment is confirmed hurt except potentially this suspect. And it's not clear if the shots were fired from the suspect as well, or if it was just security that engaged that person. But there is a shelter-in-place order for at least a mile until police say they determine no one else has fled on foot. The sheriff was asked, has the person been neutralized? And he was careful with his words. He said that person is not in custody. He was then asked, does that mean this person is still on the run? And he said it's a work in progress. So we are still waiting to hear exactly what happened, where this person is who wanted to come to the synagogue and cause harm. But we know this is a big facility, a lot of land around it, and they want the shelter-in-place order until they get it secured. We should also note that this large facility does include a school, a childcare early childhood center and kindergarten, but we do know that everybody, including the students and the teachers, were moved safely out of the school. In terms of security, again, the sheriff was asked whether security was at the synagogue, and he confirmed, yes, that they engaged the threat. There was a note sent to congregants repeating that all kids and staff at that school are accounted for. And we also know that the Jewish Federation of Detroit advised all Jewish organizations in the area to go into lockdown protocol, nobody in or out of your building.
Notice the term ish. I repeat, notice the term ish. These aren't the real people. We are.
I do want to bring in right now CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarlane. And Scott, I just kind of set up some of what we know, some of what we don't know. But go ahead and add anything you would like, or correct me if I mischaracterized anything.
Spot on. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard, who's been there for decades, briefed reporters a few minutes ago and brought some of the top lines that nobody inside the facility's been injured. Nobody inside the facility remains. They have evacuated it, and they also have a shelter in place nearby, and that they've ratcheted up security at other religious facilities nearby, though they've already been on a heightened state of security in recent weeks, in recent months. The emergent issue seems to be over. The broader issue now is what is the cause of this, who was responsible, and who was shot or did the shooting in the process. And those are answers I think we're going to get in the coming minutes.
And so right now, what can you tell us about the heightened threat environment? I know that in June, there was an alert sent out to synagogues, right? This, of course, was more in light of the Israel-Hamas war. But now, of course, we have the conflict with Iran as well.
There's been a series of alerts. I'm focusing on two in particular, both issued by the FBI and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. One, a few months ago, warned of potential targeting of religious facilities, especially those associated with the Jewish faith, because of all that's happening in the Mideast, but also because there's this concern from the FBI of agitators trying to use that to mobilize and galvanize domestic attacks in this country. The other threat that's been reported by the Department of Homeland Security and FBI is about a surge, if not an increase, in bomb threats and calls, false calls or hoax calls targeting synagogues, Jewish community centers, schools, hospitals, airports, and other public institutions, but especially those associated with the Jewish faith. So that all precedes the last few weeks and the last few months where we've seen security increases in cities like New York, Washington, Chicago, Phoenix, Cleveland, Columbus, Tucson, all ratcheting up the amount of security they have outside religious facilities. And oh, by the way, they had them today in Oakland County, Michigan.
Free Upside app gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and dining.
I don't need to continue that anyway. I hate ads. I swear I do.
News on an attack on a synagogue in Michigan.
Yeah, police say an armed suspect rammed a vehicle into a synagogue before they were killed by security. Now, smoke.
And by the way, if you like to see more or continue on, with these videos, you see the source, go ahead and click on it and watch it completely.
Rose from the building from a resulting fire. Thankfully, no other serious injuries have been reported so far.
Now, it happened at the Temple Israel Synagogue in West Bloomfield Township near Detroit, and it prompted a massive response by police.
Now, this terrifying ordeal comes at a time of heightened security concerns at Jewish sites because of the war in Iran and a surge in anti-Semitic incidents nationwide. And in response to today's attack, the NYPD says it is stepping up security at synagogues throughout the 5 boroughs.
Eyewitnesses reporter Lauren Glassberg in the newsroom with the very latest. Lauren.
Right, David and Liz, this happened at about 1 this afternoon, and according to authorities, a vehicle approached Temple Israel and drove around a security bollard on site. That vehicle then crashed right through the temple's doors, driving into a hallway, and either the vehicle or something inside the vehicle caught fire. You could see smoke coming from that building. The suspect, who was armed with a rifle, was shot at by security. That security had been hired by the temple to protect its members. But it was close to an hour before it was confirmed that the shooter was dead inside that vehicle. One security officer was hit by the vehicle and taken to the hospital and will be okay, apparently knocked unconscious. There were no other injuries to report. The temple was quickly evacuated. Everyone led to safety, including the children. The temple has an early childhood center and a kindergarten on site. Some of those kids sheltered at neighboring homes to stay safe.
University. Americans and law enforcement across the country on high alert after 2 suspected terrorist attacks just hours apart. This morning, new details about the suspects and extraordinary bravery of American heroes who stepped in to stop the deadly violence. And thanks for joining us. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. It is Friday, March 13th. This morning, police ramping up security after those attacks in both Michigan and Virginia. Right now, both attacks are being investigated as potential acts of terrorism linked to the war in Iran, with growing concerns more threats are ahead for the weekend. We want to get right to Mark Boyle at the live desk following the latest details for us right now. Mark, good morning to you. For weeks, the FBI has been warning about sleeper cells in the U.S. So what connections are investigators seeing so far?
Well, they are seeing some deeper connections in family roots, Jan, and this is certainly a concern for the FBI. We're following several developments within the past 24 hours and news since you went to sleep last night, as the nation now deals with 2 suspected terrorist attack investigations. Let's start right now in Michigan, where a man is dead after ramming his car into a Detroit area synagogue. It happened in West Bloomfield, about 30 minutes north of the city. You can see some of the aftermath from that situation playing out behind me. Police say the suspect, Ayman Ghazali, rammed his car right through that building, hitting a security guard in the process. Security inside exchanged gunfire with the suspect, killing him inside the car. Then that car caught fire. No one else was hurt, but at least 30 police officers had to be treated for smoke inhalation from the fire. We can confirm the suspect was born in Lebanon. He became a citizen back in 2016. Investigators say they found a number of explosives in his car. The FBI also looking into reports that he had family members who were killed in an Israeli airstrike back home in Lebanon just a few days ago. So we'll keep you.
See the setup that Esau is pulling? Like, this is all the setup for the lockdown and much, much more. Order out of chaos. That's what they're setting up for. But let them do it. Let them do it. Because the faster they do it, the faster we get the hell out of this kingdom and the faster their demise come. The faster the captivity comes for them and everything. Let them do it. I'm tired of this kingdom anyway.
Posted on that. Shifting gears now to this next situation. One person dead, 2 others hurt after a gunman opened fire at Old Dominion University. That's in Virginia. It ended with Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, a beloved ROTC instructor, shot and killed. Now, authorities have identified the attacker as Mohammed Jallo. He's a native of Sierra Leone and was also convicted of providing support to ISIS back in 2017. So you're seeing there are some connections here to both of these suspects. He was later released from prison in 2024. Police say the shooting was brought to an end by a group of ROTC students who killed the suspect with a knife. Now, FBI Director Kash Patel released a lengthy statement saying earlier today an armed individual opened fire on the university, leaving 1 person dead, a couple others hurt. He says the FBI is now investigating this as an act of terrorism. In the meantime, please pray for the victims, their families, and the entire university community.
See what I mean? Set up. This ain't coincidental. They setting up something. And you just don't get it. You just don't get it. You rushing your own demise. And we all for it. We are all for it. All the brothers and sisters around the world, the hopeful elect, 144,000. We're all for it. Bring it on. Get it out the way. Get it all out of your system. Because this is your last ball that you're going to drop. This is your last dance, Esau Edom. Get it all out the way. Get it all out your system. Because this is your last drum roll. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Matthew 24 first. And go straight to verse 12. And it reads, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." It's about to get real cold out here. People about to really turn on each other, whether it be brother and sister, husband and wife. You know, the husband against his children, the wife against her children, neighbor against neighbor. It's about to get real cold out here. And I'm not talking about just the weather. Verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. We're going to have to make it through this. These hardships is coming. It's about to be all out madness. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Everybody about to know what's about to go down. This is gonna be an event that everybody's gonna know about, whether people like it or not. And when that end come, our kingdom gonna usher in. We're gonna do our business, and afterwards, and no more of this wicked crap that we see daily. But Esau Edom, he gotta do his thing. He gotta make his move, and whatnot. Deuteronomy 32. But you know, the Lord is always in charge. He's in charge of all things, whether it be life or death. You know, if somebody die because of these things, just know it's the Lord doing. And I have proof of that in Deuteronomy 32:39. And it reads, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So all these deaths is about to go down in Babylon. And not even just Babylon, but all around the world. Every single death that's about to take place, and as we speak, is of the Lord. This event that took part is just a chess piece of the Lord. These are all chess pieces to checkmate Esau Edom and these small hats, you know, these ish people, because they think they're getting they think they're getting away with stuff, and they've been having this mindset for the longest, thinking no one sees them, thinking Yahweh Shimon Shah not gonna do anything. But at times coming to a point when Yahweh Shimon Shah about to show them they ass is out of line, and he about to do he about to remind them. But this whole setup is right here is obviously another thing that Esau Edom and these small hats are fixing up to try to put in their favor, but in the end it's gonna backfire on them. And we, you know, the hopeful elect, we know we not ignorant of this. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it reads, "Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." We're not ignorant of Esau Edom and his plots. He has so many plots going on, and no matter what he do, he's going to fail, because we got Yahweh Shimei Shah behind us. And, you know, the Lord is going to always reveal all his wicked deeds and plans at the end of the day. Or they themselves are just going to reveal their own secrets through their own tongue and actions. Because Esau Edom, he's a smart idiot. I'll put it like that. These people, man, they have no idea. They think they're gods. You're nothing but base man with small hats on your head. Like, you have no idea who you're dealing with. But you're gonna get a very vivid idea in the coming kingdom when our people are putting our foot and heel on your neck daily, all the way up until the point you finish our kingdom, building it up, and we're about to get rid of you because you people are so wicked. You're the children of the wicked, and everybody's getting tired of you. You can see it on a daily basis. Esau Edom, hurry up with your plan, because everybody's waiting. We're all just waiting. We got nothing else to do but to wait. Cause we know the reward, the end result after the wait. You do too. You know your reward. You know your just reward that's coming your way. That's why you're doing what you're doing. You're gonna be taught very well that your decisions throughout history was not the best decisions. And with that being said, Good riddance. I say it again, good riddance. To hell with Esau Edom. We're tired of him. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash. This is Matazah. And we're tired of this kingdom. Peace and blessings to the whole elect out there. Do you all like to say shalom?